Before we dive in, I want you to pause and pay attention, because what you're about to hear could change how you navigate conflict forever. Not all battles are worth fighting. In fact, some fights will cost you more than you can afford. The people you choose to engage with or ignore can define your peace, your power, and even your future. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some fights are traps, why some opponents will drain your energy without giving you any victory, and why point 3, the ego-obsessed, is intimately tied to point 5, the chronically offended, because both fight for control, not for truth. You'll see how point 8, the close-minded, will help you understand point 9, the past version of people, because arguing with someone who refuses to evolve is the same as arguing with someone who no longer exists. And finally, point 10, your own version, ruled by anger, is the most dangerous fight you'll ever face. Skip this, and you risk losing your peace, your discipline, and your freedom. So before we continue, make sure you subscribe and join this community of like-minded men who are intentionally building strength, clarity, and wisdom through the principles of Stoicism. Don't just watch, engage, learn, and master the art of choosing your battles wisely. Now, let's dive into the 10 people you must never fight with and why the Stoics understood this centuries ago. 1. The ignorant mind. The first person you must never fight with is the ignorant mind. These are the people who argue not to understand, but to dominate. They speak with conviction, yet their words are built on shadows and assumptions. Engaging with them is like throwing sparks into the wind. You create noise, but nothing meaningful results. The Stoics taught that wisdom begins with knowing what you can control. You cannot control ignorance. You cannot control someone who refuses to see reason. The battle may feel tempting, but in reality, it is a battle you have already lost before it even begins. Walk away. Preserve your energy. Let your silence speak louder than their folly. Second are the emotionally unstable. These are the people whose anger, fear, or jealousy spills over into every interaction. They are storms walking on two legs. Fighting them is like standing in the eye of a hurricane. You will be battered and bruised no matter how disciplined you are. Stoicism teaches that our peace is sacred. Do not give it away for the amusement of someone who cannot govern their own mind. Protect your calm. Observe their chaos without participating in it. In these moments, walking away is not cowardice, it is mastery. Third, the ego-obsessed. The ego-driven are next. These are people for whom winning matters more than truth. They are blind to reason because victory is their only goal. Now, this is deeply connected to point 5, the chronically offended. Both are addicted to the drama of conflict. One seeks dominance, the other seeks outrage. Either way, engaging them drains your power, distracts you from meaningful action, and drags you into a war that isn't yours. The Stoics remind us, power is measured by control over yourself, not over others. Choosing not to fight the ego-obsessed is a demonstration of your strength, not your weakness. Fourth on the list is the manipulator. This is the person who fights to control, deceive, or twist your reality. Every word you say, every reaction you give is ammunition for their game. Engaging them directly is futile because they do not play by rules of logic, fairness, or integrity. Silence, observation, and distance are your most potent weapons. Let them fight with their illusions while you preserve clarity and purpose. Remember, Stoicism teaches that your judgment belongs to you, not to those who would steal it. Fifth, the chronically offended. Next are the chronically offended. These are people who live for outrage. Every word, every action, every small gesture is a spark for their fire. Fighting them is like pouring fuel on a flame. You become the unwitting participant in their endless storm. Here is where point 3 connects. The ego-driven and the chronically offended both thrive on conflict. One fights for control, the other fights for emotional validation. Both are traps for your energy and your peace. Do not feed them. Protect yourself by refusing to engage.
6. The envious. The sixth person you must never fight is the envious. Envy is a quiet war. It does not scream, it undermines. They fight not to rise themselves, but to pull you down. Your success, your discipline, your calmness, all threaten their fragile sense of self. Fighting them only gives them what they crave, attention and reaction. Instead, let them stew in their jealousy while you move forward with purpose. The Stoics remind us that our value is not determined by others' perception of it. 7. The loud fool. The loud fool is seventh. Noise is their weapon. They believe volume equals truth. They want to dominate conversations with theatrics, distraction, and overconfidence. Stoicism teaches us that silence is power. A man who speaks only when necessary commands attention far greater than a man who shouts at every opportunity. The loud fool is not your enemy. He is your lesson. Speak less, observe more, and let your calmness intimidate where words cannot. 8. The close-minded. The eighth person is the close-minded. They have already drawn their conclusions before facts appear. Logic, evidence, reason, all are useless against them. Fighting them is a demonstration of futility, but understanding them gives you insight. Here's the key. Point 8 helps you understand point 9, the past version of people. Arguing with someone who refuses to grow is the same as arguing with someone who no longer exists in your reality. Recognize this, and you save years of unnecessary conflict. Number 9 is subtle but powerful, the past version of people. People change, but often we cling to old conflicts, old versions, and old narratives. Arguing with the memory of someone's past mistakes or beliefs is a battle that cannot be won. Stoicism teaches us to live in the present. Let go of the past. People are not who they were, they are who they are now. Engage with reality, not with illusions. Your energy is too valuable to waste fighting ghosts. Finally, the 10th and most dangerous person you must never fight is your own self ruled by anger. All the others pale in comparison to the harm you can inflict on yourself. When your mind is consumed by rage, pride, or resentment, you become your own worst enemy. This is why understanding the previous 9 points is vital. By avoiding external battles with the ignorant, the manipulative, the envious, and the ego-obsessed, you protect your internal fortress. But if you cannot master yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions, all wisdom fails. The Stoics remind us, no man is free who is not master of himself. True power lies in self-mastery, discipline, and choosing the battles worth fighting. Now, if you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Not every fight deserves your energy. Some people are not opponents, they are lessons. Some conflicts are not wars, they are traps. And some battles are not yours, they are distractions from your higher purpose. So stay disciplined, stay vigilant, stay calm, protect your peace. Let silence be your strength, let wisdom be your shield, and let your energy be spent only on what truly matters. If this video changed how you view conflict, if it gave you insight on who you engage with and why, comment below with the number that hit you the hardest. Share it with a friend who needs this clarity, and subscribe to this channel to join a community of men who are intentionally living with wisdom, strength, and purpose. Stay stoic, stay powerful, and remember, the true victory is in choosing your battles wisely.